What's going on, guys? This is Mr. Teej 66's Movie Reviews. I am Mr. Teej 66. Well, today is July 4th, Independence Day, so I figured, why not review 1996's Independence Day? What can possibly be said about this movie? I grew up on this movie. I remember seeing it in the theaters when I was 14 years old. It's not really, some people still really hate it and call it a piece of crap. And, rewatching the film again after all these years, I still think it is a fun movie. It's not a masterpiece. It's not, high art. It's dumb, stupid popcorn entertainment, but I think it's dumb, stupid popcorn entertainment done the right way. The plot, aliens come and try and destroy the Earth, and a bunch of heroes have to band together to fight the aliens. It's really that simple. The casting in this movie is pretty good. They are cliche characters, a lot of the reviews have noted that, and, I kind of agree. But the actors, I think, do a great job in fleshing these characters out and, making them, more sympathetic and, likable. I think likable is the big term here. Just a simple fact. Do I like the characters? And I do. The two absolute standouts of this movie, though, are Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith. Jeff Goldblum doing, well, Jeff Goldblum. I mean, attack, soon, just doing his standard shtick. But I love Jeff Goldblum. I could watch him do that forever. And Will Smith is, of course, probably arguably, he does steal this entire movie. Absolutely. His, bravo, his swagger. Apparently, he borrowed a lot of it from Han Solo for his character, and I absolutely believe it. He has the absolute best moment of this entire movie when he takes out the alien ship, one of the alien fighters. The alien comes out, and he punches it in the face and goes, "Welcome to Earth." I mean, been parodied 1,000 times. I mean, if there was ever a moment that made a movie star, that was it. And the rest of the cast does pretty okay to decent with what they're given. Bill Pullman is a pretty good president. He has that cornball speech at the end, which is, it might inspire people to roll their eyes, but I think it's done just with the right amount of tongue-in-cheek, to not have to take it that seriously. In fact, that's what this movie does very well, is it does not take itself very seriously. I would say its tongue is not just planted firmly in cheek, but shoved into its cheek, because it is so self-referential. Even when the stuff starts blowing up, there's a sense that it's all in good fun, everything's going to happen, even though a lot of people do get killed, but it's all in good fun, it's not to be taken very seriously, and I think the movie really benefits from it. It skips lightheartedly through the action, which I love. But the meat and potatoes of this movie is, of course, the special effects. And I must say, for the most part, the special effects in this movie hold up beautifully. Because for the most part, it's a combination of model work and some early CGI. It's 1996. So, CGI was still just coming into the mainstream, and it's used very sparingly in this film, and it just works so well. These early films which use CGI have aged so well for the most part because, it's used sparingly. It's not overused. The model work. In fact, this movie has, I believe I read somewhere, this movie has the most model work ever done for a major film, and they're saying this record may actually stand because obviously everything today is CGI, so that record may hold forever. The explosions. When things blow up in this movie, it is jaw-dropping. I mean, when the aliens first attack, and the famous shot, of course, of the White House, being blown up. Oh, wait, no, that's the poster. But, some of the other posters had shots of the White House blowing up, and, of course, one of the most iconic shots of the 90s, and it holds up beautifully. The movie just has impact. When the Empire State Building just blows up, it is... I remember the first time I saw this movie, my jaw went, "Oh, shit!" Like, they are not fucking around, people. This is completely serious. This is the Orkin Man coming in and just exterminating everything. And the movie is very long, but it never feels that long, to me anyway, because it's always interesting. The suspense, the build-up is really good. Like, when the alien ships first show up and, everyone's freaking out and trying to figure out what to do, I think the build-up to that is very good. I don't think it's been given enough credit, You have to have the build-up before, all hell breaks loose, and Roland Emmerich does a really good job. Flaws, you could say it's arguably really cornball, and, the patriotism is a little ridiculous, but again, it's very tongue-in-cheek, but I guess, it's not high art by any stretch of the imagination, so you can't really sit there and say it's, ranking with The Godfather, but I still think it's a blast of a movie. If you're looking for silly, lighthearted, escapist fun, this is pretty good. I'd give it I'd say probably an 8 out of 10. It's some of it's dated, and the characters are thinly drawn, but the actors, as I said, the actors do a fantastic job of making these characters much more believable than they have any right to be. That's about it for this week. Happy Independence Day, everyone. Hope you're having a good time. This is Mr. Teach 66, and I will see you next time.